what they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
What's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk, and I am your host, C Money. And in this episode, we are doing current events, and what you've just heard was a clip of the presidential debate 2024 against former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. And that clip that you just heard was a big issue within the presidential debate because it has went viral. It has even gone as a remix song, and it has been a talk of the town for the past few weeks. Let me set you a tone. About 2-3 weeks ago, they did a presidential debate against former President Donald J. Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, as you know, we did do a video where President Joe Biden has dropped out of the race of the 2024 presidential candidacy race because everybody was pressuring him because of his health and his age and everything. So he backed up his Vice President Kamala Harris, and she is now the Democratic candidate for presidential nominee in 2024. And when her and Donald Trump had their first debate, there was a discussion of topic that went around, and of course, as you heard, Donald Trump made a slightly allegedly negative comment to Springfield about the immigrants that come into this town. He stated that the immigrants that come into this town, they're eating the pets, they're eating the dogs and cats and everything else that's in this, and it just got to the point where it became viral, it became national, it came, all over.
A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
And it went viral to the point a lot of people started criticizing him for that. Even in the town of Springfield, the city of Springfield, they're actually suing Donald J. Trump, and his vice president running mate J.D. Vance because of that comment. And as they said, the commentary, the person who was doing the debate said that they talk to the people in Springfield. They're not eating. What basically he's saying is that when the immigrants come over, they're eating the Americans' pets. They're eating their cats and their dogs, and they're eating these homeowners' pets and cats and stuff. And a lot of people are like, where are you getting these information from? Where do you get that the immigrants are coming over? Yeah, there is a saying that the immigrants are coming over and taking over our jobs, and they're taking over, and they're getting all the, stuff that Americans are supposed to be getting. They're coming over, and, a lot of these immigrants are coming over and taking jobs from us. And yeah, there's a saying about that, but where does it say that they're coming over and eating the pets and eating the cats and whatever, eating the cats and dogs? And I'm like, we know, and I've seen it on several, with comedians and a lot of shows, that overseas there are a lot of countries that people eat certain animals. They eat dogs, they eat cats, they eat, in certain countries allegedly. I'm not going to say that they do, and I'm not going to say which country, because there have been alleged rumors that you go in different countries and they eat rats and squirrels. They eat different types of animals that we here in America uses as pets. We know snakes eat rats and mice because that's their dinner, and we know in certain countries, they eat different types of pets that we here in America call pets. We call them as pets. They might be some that eat turtles, they might be some, we don't know. But for you to come out and say that they're eating the pets, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Like, how are you to sit up here and say that they're doing that when you don't have? That's just like me coming around saying something about somebody when I don't have proof about somebody. And this is what America is about. Yes, America is about freedom of speech, but at the same time, you have to know whatever you say can come back to you. Now that Donald Trump has said that, look how many songs and remixes and jokes that are made about him saying that. And if you looked at the debate, the reaction that Kamala Harris had when he said that, it was like, she was like, oh my God, are you serious? Oh my God, you're saying that they eat the pets? I'm like, dude, nobody's taking you serious because of that. Not saying that they don't. I know there's a lot of Trump supporters out there. I know there are Kamala Harris supporters out there. I'm not going to weigh in on my candidacy for presidency because excuse me, this is a YouTube show, and I choose to leave my political candidacy or my political views out of it. I can have my comments on it, or I can't weigh in my opinions on it, but I choose not to, who I want for president, who I want for commissioner, who I want for mayor, or this or that. I choose to leave that out because as a human being, even though we all have a freedom of speech, this is a YouTube channel show, so I don't want the upset one viewer but praise another. So it should always be, if you have a talk show or if you have a channel where you discuss everyday topics, that you shouldn't weigh your political outcome onto anybody, because you can have viewers that may be for one party and viewers that may be for another party, and then you may upset one party and may praise the other party. So I just choose to leave my little what I think out there, but I can have my reviews on it. And my review with this is, to me, this stinks. This highly stinks because I'm not saying that it's wrong for the immigrants to come over to the U.S., and I'm not saying that it is wrong, and I'm not saying that it ain't wrong, because in a way I agree and I disagree with the immigrants coming over. Because number one, yeah, a lot of these immigrants come over because look at what's going on in what I'm saying, the war on ISIS, and look what's going on in Haiti with what I'm saying, the destruction of Haiti. Look what's going on in Russia and all these other countries where they're at war, and a lot of these people are trying to get away to get freedom. I know America is the home of the free. I know, look what's going on with Haiti and the situation with Haiti, and a lot of people are trying to flee Haiti because there's a gang war on Haiti and stuff like that. And a lot of these places like Cuba and a lot of these places where it is the living conditions are horrible. Now we may come in here and say the living conditions in America is horrible, which it is, because there are some places where the living conditions is horrible. But when you go to these other countries, you would think that we are a saint considered to what you see in these other countries. You have families that live in actual tents that are not brick homes. There are tents that are probably boarded up by sticks and paper mache or something, that is boarded up by sticks and towels and stuff, that one blow to them and you can knock it down like the big bad wolf did in the Three Little Pigs, and one blow and it just knock the whole thing down. And I see the pictures and I'm like, yeah, this is very sad to me that a lot of these families are living like this. But then, they come over to U.S. for a better life. And sometimes I do agree with that. But then I don't agree with, yeah, they're taking jobs away from us. They're taking food out of our hand, and they're taking, the stuff that we try to work for, they're taking away from us. But I don't agree with what Trump's saying about they're eating the dogs and they're eating the pets. Like, literally, why would you think that that immigrants will come over here and eat somebody else's living pet, or eat somebody else's living, mammal, or whatever you want to call it? Like, you're literally saying that, oh, they're coming over here and eating these people's dogs. They're eating Spot. They're eating, Risky. They're eating Meow Meow. They're eating Catty Cat. You're saying that these people are eating these people's everyday pets. And I'm like, where do they do that at? Because I know me as an American, I don't see a cat or a dog as a delicacy. Not saying that he was saying we was doing it, but as an American, a cat is not a delicacy. That's a living being. And it doesn't have to be a human being. It's a living being, meaning it breathes, it walks around, and it talks. It may not talk like how we talk A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but it goes meow, 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 meow. And the same thing as a dog, woof, 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 woof. And, and certain animals, they talk. But you literally made it seem like the immigrants are coming over here to eat our pets. And I'm like, and that's what America's been going at. And then that's why, the city of Springfield is saying, we're suing you because ain't no way, that we're going around eating these people. And you're saying that, that's what the immigrants do. And I look at it as if, who will want that as a presidency where it's okay to say we're trying to protect our borderlines and try to keep the immigrants from coming in because we don't want them to overpopulate our economy and take jobs away from the Americans that's trying to strive out here. That I can understand. But the fact to say we don't want the immigrants over here because they're eating the pets, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. You know how ignorant or retarded, or I would say allegedly, insane that seems? If I was a president, I would say, yes, I want to stop the immigrants from coming over, from taking jobs from the Americans, from taking the health plans from the Americans, I want to stop them from getting what the American people that was born and raised here, I want them to get what they deserve instead of you all coming over here to steal what they are trying to strive for. You got immigrants that come over here that get public housing, that get food assistance, food stamps, they get Section 8, they get government checks, they get all this stuff. But people who live here can't even get $1 from the government. And they strive hard to live day by day, paycheck to paycheck. Now that I will agree on. Saying let's stop these immigrants from coming over here, from stealing money from us, taking our Section 8, taking our food stamps, taking our government checks that we get or government assistance that we get from when you got everyday working parents and kids and mothers and grown people that are over here that only making $10-12 an hour but paying $800-900 in rent, and they can't afford to feed their kids, but yet they can't get food stamps. But when the immigrants come over here, they can get food stamps and Medicaid and government assistance, housing, all of this mess, and we barely getting anything. Now that I could say as the president, I would stop that, but I wouldn't come as a president and say they're coming over here to eat our dogs and eat our cats and eat our pets. I'm like, dude, that sounds, excuse me y'all, but that sounds really insane to say something like that, because why would you think that that's all they do coming over here? Most immigrants are coming over here to make a better life for themselves. They're tired of living in poverty in their countries. They're tired of living in poverty in Cuba and Haiti or in other cities and other countries and stuff. They're tired of living in poverty. They're tired of living homeless. They want a better life for themselves, and they feel coming to America is going to have a better life for themselves. But at the same time, we need to control what we bring in because it is taken away from our Americans. Now that I agree in, but I would never say these immigrants are coming over here, they're eating the pets, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. I'm like, dude, that doesn't sound right. And you think that that is what is going to get you as a president elected? Yeah, I agree with some tactics on what is said by the situation, because what he is trying to say is the immigrants are coming over and taking over. The immigrants are coming over and they're stealing from us. They're robbing of the Americans of their dreams, which in a way I agree on, because they're coming over here and a lot of these immigrants there are immigrants over here that are getting housing. There's immigrants that's over here that's getting Section 8, that is getting food stamps. No, I've applied for food stamps a while back at one point, and I couldn't get it because they said I made too much money. And at that time, I wasn't making a lot of money. It's just the fact that they felt like, oh, you're making money. So regardless of what you do, I applied. I've had people that I know that said they've applied for Section 8 and applied for housing and stuff, and they've been on the waiting years for like 10 years to get on. And I'm like, wow. And I say, yeah, when you come over here as an immigrant, you get all that within no time. You get housing, food stamps, you get this, you get that. But as an American, you're on a waiting list to even do anything. Even if for an apartment, I done tried to apply for an apartment one time, and they said, oh, you have to wait till the apartment gets cleaned out. Then when the apartment gets cleaned out, you got to wait on this and wait on that. And I'm like, dude, like, I got to do all this. But then when the immigrant come over, they can get this, they can get that, they do everything. And I'm sitting up here like, as an American, that's what we're on. But I wouldn't dare say, oh, as an American, you know, I can't eat the dogs, I can't eat the pets, but the immigrants, they can come over here, they're eating the dogs and eating the pets. No, they're not eating our dogs and they're not eating our pets. They're taking away our Americanship. They're taking away our citizenship. They're taking away the money that it belongs to us. They're getting all the services that we should be getting that we can't get. They're getting all of the supplies like housing and food and everything else that we get. I got to go in and spend $5 worth of I got to go in and spend $20 for 2 items at Publix where they can go in and pay for food stamps and get a whole bunch of stuff for $20. But me, I got to spend my own money going inside of a grocery store where the immigrants can do what they want and get assistance. And oh, I got an apartment. I pay only $300 a month. Well, I got to pay $1,000 for a 1-bedroom when they only paying $300 a month for a bedroom. And I'm like, wow, so you get more services than I do, and I'm an American and I'm a citizen and you're not. You're just an immigrant moving over. Now that I don't agree with, you know, well, hey, you know, they should come over here. Yeah, I believe that immigrants should have a better life, and I believe that immigrants should be, you know, have a better, you know, way of living, you know, but I don't believe in them coming over here taking our services away from us, you know, taking what we strive for. Because it's a lot of families out there that are struggling to this day that is trying to make it as a family. Some are single parents. You have single men that are trying to struggle. You have single mothers that are, you know, struggling. You have single daddies that are struggling. You have single women without kids. You have single men without kids. You have elderly people that can't afford to live. You know, you have elderly people. You have people out here making $10-12 an hour and they have to pay $1,000 on rent, plus gotta buy groceries, and then they gotta pay car insurance and car note and all that. And you like, how can you live if you're living paycheck to paycheck? But when these immigrants come over, they get all this money, they get housing, they get this, they get that, but we gotta sit here and wait months before we can even get any type of assistance or even get a phone call and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, this is just really crazy. But the way that Trump is saying it, he's saying it as if they're coming over here and eating the pets and eating the dogs. I wouldn't say they're eating the pets and eating the dogs. I would say they're taking our services away from us. You know, they're taking jobs away from us. Yeah, I will admit, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this to an extent. There are some jobs that most Americans would not take. Like, and a lot of these jobs, and there's several reasons why. A lot of these jobs are given to immigrants, and there are several reasons why they're given to immigrants. Number one, immigrants are literally will work for pennies to the none. If you tell an immigrant, I'll pay you $5 an hour, an immigrant will work for $5 an hour. Now you cannot tell a worker that you pay $5 is what you used to pay people back in 1995 and 1996. $5 an hour. That's what you used to pay back in the 90s. You pay a person $5 an hour. You don't pay no person $5 an hour in 2024 because the person gonna look at you and say, "How am I gonna live off of that?" But if an immigrant come and say, "You're willing to pay me $5 an hour," they'll do it. Not saying allegedly I'm saying that, but I've seen. Because if you ever noticed, go by a Home Depot and have you seen how there's a lot of people that are set out there at Home Depot looking for work? That's because most of those people are immigrants. And not only just because they're immigrants, it's because a lot of them people are here illegally and they are only able to work under the table. And a lot of these jobs are willing to say, "Hey, I can pay you $5 an hour under the table because you're willing to work for $5 an hour." But as a U.S. citizen, a lot of these workers are saying, "I'm not finna be paying $5 an hour and I pay $800 in rent." You know how much $5 an hour gonna lead up to? That's only gonna be like $200-300 a paycheck. That's if. So why would I want to sit up here if you seen my previous episode, the episode that I did when I did the Miami Gardens episode, and I told you about Winn-Dixie and stuff. At the time when I worked at Winn-Dixie, I was only getting paid $5 and some change at Winn-Dixie, and I was a teenager. Now at that time, that's good money for a teenager, but as an adult, $5 and some change is not gonna pay when you're paying close to $1,000 for a 1-bedroom. Yeah, because now what $5 gonna do to you an hour? That's only like $200-300 a paycheck. And that's not including the taxes and all the taxes that they take out of your check. That's not including all that, because now they take out Medicaid, they take out Social Security tax, they take out federal tax, they take out all these taxes. Some people and some states have state tax that they take out. And I'm sitting up here like, who can work $5 an hour and still can make their rent? Only if your rent $200 a month, you can make that. And only if you shopping at something like Dollar Tree or Save a Lot for groceries, where you get dollar meals for $1 and some change, and you can't even do that at Save a Lot. Cause Save a Lot, I mean, you can't even do that at Dollar Tree, cause Dollar Tree done went up to $1.25, and eventually they're going back up because now they have $5, $3, and $4 sections where a lot of their prices are not even $1 no more. So how can you survive off of that? And that's why I say a lot of these things that they're saying out here, I honestly believe that you can't put that based on what you're seeing. I've never seen an immigrant come over here and eat a dog and eat a cat. I've never seen an immigrant come over here and eat somebody's pet. I've heard rumors how restaurants, they be cooking rats and other stuff in restaurants, and like how there's a speculation on how some certain restaurants, they cook up dead animals and stuff like that. But I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true, because you got so many food administrators and regulations throughout the U.S. that these people get inspected by the health inspector and the USDA and all of this stuff. So I doubt that somebody's cooking up a raccoon in their restaurant, or cooking up a cat and dog in their restaurant. Now, maybe in other countries they do that, but I doubt they do that in U.S. And I doubt that the immigrants are coming over here eating up people's dogs and cats. I want to say, have y'all ever seen somebody eat a dog or somebody eat a cat? I've heard of humans eating other humans, because it's been well known. Like they there was one on the news where somebody was eating somebody's face off here in Miami, and I'm not gonna go elaborate on that, but if you remember the story, you remember the story. And there have been other, there was an incident, I know it was back in the 80s. I know somewhere somebody was killing people and eating them or something like that. I forgot the person's name, but I remember the person. I don't remember who it is, but I know what the person is. But yeah, and they was eating up the people and stuff like that and all that. But I look at it as if you can't sit up here and base what you think, or base your facts or theories on what you have. Like, where is you getting your facts from that these people are eating the dogs and eating pets? Because when the man did the interview, the man said he talked to the people of Springfield. He talked to the city officials of Springfield, and they said there was no allegations of people eating dogs and eating pets there. And Trump tried to back up his allegations by yes and yes, and I'm like sitting up here like, I want to see for myself if they eating dogs and eating pets over there in Springfield, like, because that's the thing with this economy, and that's the thing with a lot of these people that come out and they spread rumors and stuff. Until you see it, it's just a rumor, because I done had people come out and spread rumors about me. I done had people come out and said I do this or I do that, or they done said something about me or whatever. And everybody done had rumors said on them. But at the end of the day, I look at it as if, until you have a video or proof of this person or myself or anybody else doing anything, you can't back that up. When I saw that, I said, is there a video of somebody eating the dogs and eating the pets in Springfield? You literally don't know if they was actually eating the dogs or eating the pets. And if the officials from Springfield come out and say nobody's over here eating the dogs and eating the pets, automatically that's just like me saying, the mayor over here is having a affair or something in Miami. I don't have no quote unquote evidence. So why would I put that out there? Or the commissioner is scheming money off of people. I don't have any proof of they doing that. So why would I put that in the air? Do you have proof that they're eating the dogs or eating the pets? That's like me going to somebody and saying, hey, this person was doing this and doing that. Well, how you know? Do you have proof? If I don't have proof, why would I put it out there? That's why this debate was the topic and the main issue of the debate. Like there was other topics of the debate that went down, but that really took the cake when he said in Springfield they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets, and I'm like, oh my God, why? What do you think about this, America? Email me roundtable00 at yahoo.com. You can also comment at the bottom of this page. What did you think about that presidential debate? And if you want to weigh in on who you think should be president for, saying, who do you think should be the president, you can comment as that well too. I don't mind you commenting who you think is president, should be president, but as me, as a host of a YouTube show, I can't really put my views out there, which I can, but I want to be, in the middle of, I'm not going to go for this, I'm not going to go for Trump, or I'm not going to go for Harris, even though I know who I want as a president, but I'm not going to do it because I have people on both sides who watch this show, so I'd rather keep my mouth shut on that. But I want to know your opinions. What do you think about this presidential debate? First, I want to know, do you think that Trump was right for saying what he said about they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets? Do you think that he was wrong for saying it? What was your reason for that? Why was your reason for your response? If you think he was wrong for doing it, what was your reason for thinking he was wrong for doing that? If you think he was right, what was your reason for him thinking that he was right for doing it? Because I honestly think he was wrong for doing it, because I felt like you're putting like that, you're making it seem like that's all they do when they come over here. I believe the immigrants come over here and take jobs from us. I don't believe they come over here and eat our dogs and pets. But but that's just my opinion on what I do, because I don't be around a lot of immigrants. I have every person that I know that's from another country, they're here legally. I have friends that are, or coworkers or people I know that are from Cuba, or they're from Haiti, or they're from Russia, or France, or they're from these other countries where they're from the Dominican Republic, or they're from these other countries and stuff where they're over here legally, and I don't think, oh, they're over here trying to take my jobs. No. And I don't think all immigrants are over here to do that. It's just my opinion that there has been, but that the immigrants come over here and they get services that we need, that we try to thrive for, and they come over here and they get all the services that half of us can't get here in America. But I want to know, what do y'all think about this situation? Do you think this is something, that he was wrong for saying what he said, which in my defense, he was wrong for saying it. He should have said it a better way. Because in my defense, what he was trying to say is the immigrants are coming over and taking everything from the Americans. And that's what I think he was trying to say. But he was, they're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats. And I'm like, oh, really, dude? So what do you think about this? Weigh in your comments on this, because this is something interesting. This is probably one of my best topics I ever did in 2024, because I was like, wow, you're eating the dogs and eating the cats. I was supposed to do this video way earlier when the debate first came out, but I had other priorities and things to do, and then I started doing other videos to the point where I had to put this on hold. And I say, when I got the opportunity to sit down, which was today, and I say, okay, I got the opportunity to sit down, I got to do this. So I say, okay, now I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to weigh in on this, because this is a very sensitive and serious topic about what he said, because the election is less than 2 months away, and now it's like this topic, and I've seen music videos and stuff like that, and I've seen music videos.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're in spring.
And not only that, but there have been several videos that have went viral, and I felt like really people took heed to that, and I felt like, wow, this is really something that he really said, and now people are really going ham on it. So I want to know what your comment is about this. You know, comment down at the bottom of this page. You can also email us roundtable00@yahoo.com. I thank y'all for watching this video, and not only this video, for all the other videos. And don't forget to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our other videos: hotspots in South Florida, history in South Florida, food reviews South Florida, and also traveling with the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money. Thank you for watching. This is the Roundtable Talk. As always, stay blessed, stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay, I guess, political in this case. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Hopefully it will be before the presidential debate. And yeah, you'll see more episodes before the presidential debate. But this is the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money, and I'm out. Take care.